Okay, hello. I'm gonna start hitting the DPS dummy, and then I'm gonna do the other stuff. Just to see where we are at with the damage. It should go a little bit higher than that. I guess not. Come on, come on. A bit higher, maybe? Okay, let's just settle with 1 trillion plus, and then that's that. So I don't actually lie in the title. I'm just gonna assume that you have some idea about what I've been doing up until this point, so the video is not 10 years long again. But I got the base here. That is at the moment, wow. So I got it for 2250 at the moment, like these bases. Okay, and this looks pretty enticing. This also looks pretty cool, but yeah, it's not very affordable to me. You've already seen the expensive version, that build that I was looking at, but I said that it would not be something that I could actually do myself. So this is what I could, I guess, realistically achieve with my play patterns and playtime. So this changed. This is not ideal. I tried to look for the curse on hit, the timid, but that would mean that I would need the neck with the +1 curse, because it's either the necklace that I already have, or the pet, which I do not have, or the candle, which would be again expensive if I needed an extra additional curse mod on one of my candles. And if I do the neg, then I would lose all this damage here. So I got this one for 100 FE, and that was a massive boost to damage that I skipped over for whatever reason, because I just thought that, oh, this is not what I should be focusing on. But now that I actually got it actually does something. So this is a very like cheap upgrade that you can look for, and but same mods are not, like, it doesn't even really matter. Like, deterioration chance is basically what I needed to craft on it, so I hit the 100% still. This damage, I would like something that's better than tier 3, but again, expensive. Every click is 30 FE plus an ember. So that's that. This mod here, I would love this to be the additional main hand weapon damage, but I can't because, again, FE. So this is just, this tier 1, I don't really need it, so it could just be anything else, because as you can see, the resistances are kept even without that. And then I also have this, like, this is also not ideal, but I don't know how much I would have to spend to get something better. The rest is the same, basically. I managed to get, I don't remember if I had the demo charge last time here, but yeah. This one ideally would also be the physical damage to gear and flat fizz, but it's a tier 1 top roll, and it's gonna cost, again, who knows how much to change that. I think a little bit changed here as well. Try to load it up with this mod wherever I could get. Movement speed on defeat is just, you know, nice, I guess. all skills level here. These are again not ideal. Once I actually look for the setup with the mod. And this one where you could say that it's a little bit of cheating that I'm sitting here for so long, because realistically the chaos will not be at 100 if you are actually doing something. So the damage should probably be realistically lower than this. Honestly, the dummy DPS is all over the place because I don't entirely know how these extra explosions hit. Because on the dummy, they are all exploding away from the target. But realistically speaking, see, like now I'm at 1.3 billion highest DPS, but sustain it is more like, I don't know, 900. I think it's fair if I'm just gonna say, okay, let's say it's 1 trillion plus and then leave it at that. See, like now it stays above 1 trillion, 1.1 ish, let's say, on the average DPS. So yeah, I think even with chaos not being there, should be fair to say it's 1 trillion. But yeah, like I said, the one thing that I might actually look for is a spot. Like, this is actually very cheap, and then once I grab this, that can be huge defensive and or offensive boost on the talents, and then I can just drop the thing. Because like the whole reason I just grabbed this one, because I can't put any more Fallen Starlights into it. But once I get the spark, I drop that. But what I was starting to say is that these are obviously not ideal, and that's the whole reason why they were affordable in the first place, right? Because if the deterioration mod would be the last line here, or same here, if this was the last line, these two are fine. So like I can actually like position it so it can copy this here, this, and then I'll have to change one of the corners so it has this line at the bottom, because this one cannot be duplicated, this one cannot be duplicated, and this one also cannot be duplicated. So it would need a little bit more of an upgrade. And I am still sitting on this because it's one useful talent here, and then the elemental damage taken here. And I didn't really know. Oh, and also here's the plus 1% erosion res. It's just like cute. So yeah, none of these look very reasonable. The only upgrade that I could really think about is the spark. Because if I hit the curse here, like I said, if I get something with either the mod, the dream mod, or just base affix, but I think a ring with the base affix of the Timidon hit is like 6,000-7,000, and then you didn't even craft on it, so that's not very realistic. And even if I have that, then I would have to change candle, and that's also more money. And I know you could say that how am I so poor and why am I not gaining money? And one of the big reasons is that I do not care about the town anymore, and I know that the town is probably printing money for everyone, but the main reason why I don't really care about it is that, as you could probably guess, because I have not shown it off, so as you can guess, I do not have this. I do not have the pet. There is a 15% chance for all rewards to be replicated. So if you don't have this, it's pretty annoying. So yeah. So in a way, there is no wonder that everything is so expensive, because the town is pumping out money, or the Oasis is pumping out money, which is it's not pumping out money for me. So what I'm actually usually doing is I just go in mist, and then I go to mist wheel and I do 8-2. And because deep space difficulty is too hard for me, and this one I basically went over it ages ago, but just having the more damage doesn't really do anything. And if anything, I even got more squishier because the changes meant that I could only fit in this 10% aura with seal conversion. But the thing is, I think with a little bit of tweaking, I think if I hit the tier 1 here, then I can drop that, and then obviously I gain back my health pool. But that was a big defensive hit to my survival. But it is what it is. Attack speed is at 126% here. Crit chance is quite low. This is tier 2, and I don't really know about other sources, maybe from memories. Maybe. Obviously, our effect would also scale with more sealed mana, so I probably should be focusing on trying to hit this tier 1. But as you know, it's always kind of a gamble. I mean, it will happen, but you don't know in how much FE it's actually gonna happen. Is the problem. Like, I remember I grabbed the helmet and I thought, oh, I want tier 1 life. And then I clicked on the autocraft and it deleted 300 FE, and there was no tier 1 life. And then you have to do it with every single mod on your gear. It's quite annoying. This one is ideally would be, you know, life instead of energy shield, and then I would have a priceless base with ideally, I guess, the mana. We've looked at the conversion thing, which is again very much enviable, right? Like we said, because you have 20, 20, 26, that's 66, and then you have not source, you have the candle with that adaptation, that's 25, and then you have something here. Where is it? Here, convert 8. That's like 66 and 25 and 8, right? Which is basically full, right? I think it's like 99%, if I'm not wrong. Might be wrong, who knows? But yeah. Okay, let's stop looking at that. All I know is that I have, and I'll do it one more time. All I know is that I have 1 trillion plus damage, and it doesn't actually really matter because I'm still squishy, so profound still feels awkward. And I'm not even gonna dream about going into deep space. So yeah. I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna hit the dummy for a little bit more. And by the way, even the blink, I can only afford the blink because my candle has a minus skill cost on it. Like, there's the candle that I swapped to. That's a hardened. And then this is at 8 at the moment. Next upgrade would get me 14. So that's under 6% additional. And like, technically, you could, what I used to run, right, is that I take this out and then I change it to hardened. And then I take this out and then I put in candle that has flat fizz to main hand. And theoretically that might be like a bit more damage. But here I'm already at 8, and if you are actually doing anything that is not DPS dummy, This is just way too big. It just feels way too good. Additional damage. Okay, you know what? Let's just hop into one profound. Oh, I'm missing one of the things. I don't care. I'm just gonna put in something random. 30% max life, sure, whatever. Alright, survival is in the dumpster. But at least the damage. Ow. Everything, like anything touches me, I die. not ideal.
Let's go to a deeper plane.
As you can see, I don't really
Maybe we can do something enjoyable there.
I don't really love doing maps, which is another
This
problem
dazzling
because you need to do
elevation
maps
pleases
so
me
you
as
can
much
get
as you
gold
do.
for the town. And yeah, it's basically the same issue that I had with settlers. Okay, I ran into that. Don't worry about it. Hey, I mean, I never said that my defensive situation was okay. But I mean, I still feel unreasonably squishy.
Maybe we can do something enjoyable.
But I mean, that's what I get for reserving my life. Okay, like all I'm trying to show here, right, is like damage is definitely not the issue. It has not been the issue for a long time. So if I'm like a little bit smart about it and I throw in the stuff instead of blinking in, then I'm chilling. But there's just so much untargetable stuff anyway that it just makes me not wanna play the actual mapping angle of the game. So yeah, all I've been doing is just sitting here, and every time you get a mist thing sense here, is like basically 60 FE, 53 after tax, so you get a 50 stack FE every time it drops. And then sometimes I don't find any, and sometimes I find 2, sometimes I find 3. And I actually used my box on the pet here, the mist pet. Which I mean, it's what? 5% chance for additional chest instead of doing all the other stuff. In hindsight, I have huge regrets on not being able to grind this out. There's a 2.5 here, there's a 5 here. Drop quantity here. So that's rough. That I could not do that because I have all the other stuff here that I actually hit the big number. Like here, this bug I hit the 6, this I hit the 5. That's for this one. Just to destiny here. So yeah, it's a bit sad that it's only a 2, but I mean, what can I do? I'm not really playing any of the other mechanics. So that's why that's how I actually used my box that we got. Many people will say I'm an idiot, but I already think myself an idiot for playing this game sometimes. Not because the game is bad, but getting to a point where it's a bit annoying to do not swipe. But I will not swipe. Not because there's anything wrong with that, right? If anything, if you play the game and then you enjoy it and then you pay the developers, I mean, it's not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just kind of wild that you're basically you have 15% chance of doubling your reward. I think that would be outrageous in many other games. But it's just more ingrained into this one, or more accepted. All right, this already gotten longer than I wanted. Anyway, I think I'm gonna make a code. I'm just gonna throw it into the description of the video. But yeah, I think I'm gonna maybe play enough to get the spark, and then that should probably help me get it to like 2 trillion maybe, if I make some adjustments, some more upgrades. But I don't really think that I'm gonna do anything higher than that. At this point, it's just a number go up situation. I don't really see myself going into like profound and farming seriously in there. Same with the town. I'm probably not gonna care much about it because I don't have up the pet. All right. Okay. Sorry for weird head movements, but every time I look on the other screen, this happens to my head. So I either do not look there, like this, or I'm just gonna accept that my head is gonna look stupid. All right. Thank you. That's it. Bye bye.